Hello everybody, it's the 3rd of January 2019, so Happy New Year to any and all subscribers, and for that matter anyone who's not subscribed. But if you're not, feel free to do so. I have a good feeling for 2019, and what have you got to lose? So I've thought about long and hard whether I wanted to do this Christmas haul video. I don't want it to sound as if I'm being all cocky and look what I got, or moany, for reasons which you'll see later. So, but in the end I decided let's do this, and you'll see lots of these acquisitions in future videos anyway. So first of all, I got what I wanted for a long time now, a really nice turntable. I'm not sure what it's made of. I think it's MDF. It has a really handy dandy little wing nut screw here, which means you can lock it into position, and it has a rubber base. I think I'm going to give it a treatment with some wood preserver before I use it properly, get it wet. But yeah, I'm really pleased to have a nice turntable, and it has a really smooth action, as you can see, and the lock nut makes it really good for working on trees, so that'll be grand. And I also got this lovely little dinky pot. Yeah, I've got a little Norway spruce, which stands about so tall, which is just an ordinary flower pot at the moment, so I think that will go in there come the spring, so that'll be nice. So I can hear you all shouting, what else did you get? What else did you get? Well, I got, this one's quite heavy, this oval black pot. Well, it's, looking at it, I'm not even sure whether it's black or it's dark green. And at the moment I don't have a tree in mind for this particular pot. I'm sure I will come up with something. But yeah, that's a nice little pot. And I also got this quite nice little drum pot. I'm not sure yet, but I am considering the Larch literati project that I've got going on at the moment, which is just in a large plastic flower pot. For this pot, I'll have to look at the root base in the spring and see if I can get it into that. I think I probably can. If not in one go, maybe I can work it down into a slightly smaller pot for this year, and it can go into this pot the following year. So those are a couple of interesting little pots I got. What else? I did do well for pots, I have to say. And like I say, this isn't a moany video. Again, I really like this pot. I'm thinking possibly the walnut project, if it survives this winter. It didn't come through the end of last summer very healthily, and I think it suffered a bit while I was on holiday. But yeah, this is a really nice pot. I like the colour, and I'm sure I've got a tree that'll fit into that come the spring, which we can take a look at. That's those. And then finally, in this section, let me see if I can move the camera slightly so I can pick up the other pot without knocking the camera over. There we come back again. Okay, so it's another oval pot. This one I've already decided, the hawthorn project that I've got ongoing at the moment, which I will try and put the links for these trees in the description. I think that will suit this oval pot very nicely, and I think the colouring will go very nicely with the trunk as well. So yeah, that'll be come the spring. In fact, let me just pause the video and I'll go and get that tree, and you can see what you think. Okay, so yeah, this is the hawthorn that I'm thinking for this particular blue pot. I'm going to keep this harbour on for one more year, I believe, but I think this curve complements the oval outline well, and I think that the blue of the pot will go nicely with the silvery grey of the bark. This tree's got well, it needs a lot of tidying up before the spring, but I'm not going to do that in this video. But yeah, I think it will suit that pot very nicely. Okay, this is the little spruce tree. It's a work in progress, as I'm sure you can see. Still needs a lot of refining, but I think that will go quite nicely into this little pot. And yeah, I think that'll work quite nicely. So that one. I'm going to move all these pots, put them away out of harm's way, and we'll look at some other pots that I also got for Christmas. Okay, now this is where it started getting interesting, my pile of presents, and it's at this point that these are presents I received from my wife, and I fear it's at this point that she got confused in her centimetres and inches. I think she told me she thought this was a 20 centimetre pot. It's actually more like 20 inches. So it's a nice pot, you know, it's a lovely pot. I have no complaints about the pot. Space does become a premium if you've got a lot of trees like I have. But I like this pot a lot, and I think the Larch beech fusion project would fit into this pot quite nicely in place of the tatty old seed tray that it's in. So that'll be happening in the spring. I also want to cut that one back a little bit and wire it at the top into a conical shape, so look out for that video. So yeah, we'll move on to another pot, don't worry, only a few more, but yeah, inches, centimetres. No wonder my wife always looks disappointed. Okay, so this was the next pot I opened, and again, it's a beautiful pot, it's a lovely pot. Internal dimensions is 17.5 inches that way and 13 inches that way. Yeah, so yeah, a big pot. I don't know quite what tree I've got that would fit into a pot this size. I am debating to put in the root over rock fusion beech. I know, conventionally speaking, these brown terracotta pots are usually reserved for evergreen trees, but I'm not a slave to convention, and I think it's quite a nice rugged pot, and the rugged rock would look quite good. Then all I'll need is a rascal, and I can have a rascal to run round the rugged rock in the rugged pot. That'll never catch on. Round the rugged rock, the ragged rascal ran in the rugged pot. No, it won't catch on. Okay, so here is the next pot. This is a more of a forest planting pot. It's very heavy, and that's going to be an issue that I am going to have with some of these larger pots, is once they're filled with compost and a tree, they're going to weigh a ton. I think I'm going to use the pallet that they came on, because I was escorted to the garage. I didn't say this at the beginning, but I was escorted to the garage where my wife had hidden these pots, which had arrived on a pallet while I was out, and she'd tucked them in the garage, or had them tuck them in the garage, and I was told not to go in there. That was me thinking, oh, perhaps she bought me a new motorbike or something, but no, these beautiful pots. Anyway, this is a nice forest planting pot. I'm going to have to build a new bench to take the weight of some of these pots, but I have about 30 of these little beets that I've actually been working on as individual trees. I've just bought 4 off the benches as examples, and yeah, I think I could use a bunch of these trees to make up a little forest. None of them are particularly well, that's probably the tallest, so they're going to have to do some growing, and some of them are not particularly straight, which you tend to get in forests, but at the edges of forests you'll often get trees leaning out towards the light. So yeah, I think I can work maybe 15 or so trees, maybe 16 trees into this pot. We'll see how crowded it gets, and then obviously they're going to be needing to get some height, but yeah, I think it's going to look nice. Gee, I'm trying not to make this video moany, because it's not moany. I'm just considering, blimmin' heck, that's going to be heavy if I have to move it anywhere. Okay, so one more pot. Let's just quickly check the dimensions on this one. Yeah, this one is outside or inside dimensions, roughly 22 inches, and that way, and almost 15 inches in that way. Okay, so we'll cut again and we'll look at the last and final pot. Okay, so this is the last pot from my Christmas haul, and it is a big pot, and it is blooming heavy. It is 8 inches tall. It has an internal dimension of 20.5 inches, or 52 centimeters that way, and 15 inches, which is 38 centimeters in that direction. So I'm going to need a big tree to fit in this pot, and again, it is a beautiful pot, it's a lovely pot, and I'm thinking possibly for this one, the new Christmas tree to bonsai tree project, I might put that tree into here, or the next size down. I'm still not sure. There is the problem that a lot of trees are just going to look like a pimple on a horse's back, and I'm not sure how long it's going to take to grow a tree to be as big enough for these pots. But I'm not complaining. I keep telling you that, and I keep meaning that. But it is a bit of a warning. When you're ordering online, judging from pictures, the sizes of things is not always easy, and don't confuse your inches with your centimeters. Like I say, that's why my wife always looks disappointed. Anyway, that's all for this video. My Christmas haul from 2018. I love my wife very much, and she has done me proud, and now I just got to get some trees together and use these pots to make her proud. Take care of yourselves, look after each other. Let's look forward to more in 2019. Thank you for watching.